Hello and welcome to Turning Veganese. Now you might be familiar with Humane Hancock and his famous speech, The Vegan Blind Spot, at the vegan campout recently. Now this video is not about that, but that speech did get me thinking, is there a vegan blind spot? And if so, which is it? Lo and behold, there is a vegan blind spot. Is that we vegans have let veganism become nothing more than a diet. That's right, it's just a diet in the eyes of most non-vegans. There's this weird mainstream veganism thing going on where that's it, that's all everyone talks about. I get it, the food aspect of veganism is very important, but we know that veganism is an ethical stance against the oppression of non-human animals. And from that stance, certain practices logically follow, like the dietary component of the vegan philosophy, so to speak. It's taken center stage, this food thing, and we always see publications like Plant-Based News, Veg Out Magazine, Veganuary, always talking about food and recipes and whatnot. And yeah, the profiles and social media influencers with most followers and engagement in the vegan realm are the ones with exactly that, recipes and all of that. So what are we doing really? Why did we let this happen? Probably because we thought that if we could get people to like certain foods and they would think, oh, look at this plant-based burger, it's awesome, I'm gonna go vegan. But that didn't happen. It never did. And it's never been the case. And it never will be. Even I've been guilty of thinking something like that at some point. But when I wasn't vegan, one of the first things I thought when I saw that there was this thing called the Impossible Whopper, for example, just to name a clear example of this, my thought and what I used to say was, the only thing impossible about it is for me to try it. That's right, and that's how most non-vegans actually think. So no, there's no magical formula or recipe to make people go vegan. That's not how it works. We really need vegan education. That's what makes it happen. We need to inform people of the real issue and the real thing that's happening. Not this thing of plant-based burgers and hot dogs and cakes and donuts and stuff, because that won't make anyone think that the animals are not items or entertainment or anything. Like, how does that change anyone's perception? It doesn't. That's the problem. And we have these publications always talking about this, like, oh yeah, this restaurant, famous fast food chain, offers plant-based nuggets. Wow! And everyone cheers and claps and whatnot. It's like, what? Why? Why are you celebrating that? They're not doing anything. They're just trying to save face. They're just trying to improve their image and to look good. They're not trying to do anything for the animals or for the consumers. And then we have this veganuary saying horrible stuff like, try veganism this month. What? Try veganism? As if it's something that you can just try to see if it fits and you can return it if it doesn't. No. We are trivializing the plight of the animals. We're making a joke out of it with this kind of thing. And then this Veg News and people trying to simp over some celebrity. Oh, celebrity goes vegan and they're not even vegan. They just mention at some interview that they ate kale one time or something. When you go to the actual article, well, I'm trying a plant-based diet now and I feel great. That's what they all say. And then 2 years later, ah, yeah, I used to be vegan, but now I'm listening to my body and now and what it actually is telling me to do and stuff like that. We all know how this happens. It always goes the same way. Don't trust those vegan celebrities. They're not vegan. What is this? What are we doing? A while back, I saw this publication from Veganuary that really irritated me because it was a lamb and like a bag of lentils or something. It was like, oh, lamb chop uses this much water and lentils use this much water, and it's like, why are you reducing the life of that sentient individual to water use? That's gross. And yeah, sure, I've heard the argument that, well, you have to meet people where they are, and everyone is different, and some people care about the environment, some people care about their health more than they do about the animals. So let's talk to them, let's play to their thing, let's cater or let's customize veganism to whatever it is that they like. Now, this is not how it works, because it's not about what you like. It's not about what you want, human. It's about you understanding that you're participating in the worst massacre, in the greatest injustice ever committed, and that you need to stop, and you need to stop now. That's what it is. There's no negotiation, there's no baby steps, there's no nothing. That's what it is. There's no magical month of the year where you try veganism for 30 days and then you're like, oh yeah, I kind of like lentils now, yeah. No, doesn't work that way. I didn't even like chickpeas when I went vegan. Who cares? Now that's most of what I eat. I didn't even like peanut butter before I went vegan, and now it's like I can get enough. That's what happens. So it wasn't the other way around. So that's the thing. We're letting this thing become a parody of itself, and we vegans get attacked by non-vegans with this. I've met stubborn anti-vegans who are trying to tell me that, yeah, veganism is a diet. No, it isn't. But in their minds, it is, because that's what they hear all the time. And sure, like I said, it's an important aspect, because obviously everybody has to eat. Not everyone goes to SeaWorld, not everyone goes to horse racing events, or not everyone participates in other forms of oppression, or if they do, not as often. But they do have to eat at some point, and when they do, they eat animals. So yeah, it's important that they stop that. But it's also important that they understand why they need to stop. Why are we letting this thing become the mainstream and the main point of veganism? It shouldn't be. The main point should be animals are individuals, their lives are valuable to them. You need to respect them and not use them anymore, ever, for anything. But I think that's very basic, a basic concept to understand. It seems like people can't understand it, but they don't, because we're telling them that it's about cauliflower ice cream and cashew milk. And that's the problem. Not to mention all these plant-based companies totally betraying the animals all the time with their messages and some of their practices. And now this ridiculous nonsense of the lab-grown meat. I would laugh if it wasn't so tragic. You can't manufacture ethics. Only education can do that. So please, don't be shy. Tell people what veganism is really all about. Stop trying to water it down. Stop trying to make it about the person. It's about the animals. That's it. I've been AJ. Till next time. AJ out! I'm gonna live forever!